Livery season, and livery season. The entire week we were exploring all the different liveries from all the Formula One teams, and some of them were really amazing, whereas some were, oh my god, we will just be thinking, what did they actually do with those designs? And yes, some are there which we don't even won't even start talking about. Welcome to another episode of Formula Pod. And yeah, today again, joined back on the deck with the entire crew itself, Vishruti and yeah, I don't want to even say his name, but yeah, his current name is something else. I will not say that, but please welcome me here back with a big round of applause.
Hi
Finally.
guys, what's up? How you guys doing? I am doing fantastic. I saw the Mercedes livery. My heart is back on track with Mercedes. That's all I can say.
Betrayal.
It's not betrayal. Trust me, it's not betrayal. Like you're like okay. What I personally feel with this entire thing, especially with the last few cars which were launched, they were so shrewd in terms of showing the details that they were just getting like, for example, McLaren. The angles of pictures were taken was so weird
Nothing. We couldn't get anything.
that you cannot like figure out what's even happening with the entire livery. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's actually talk within the all the 10 teams, your favorite livery and your not favorite livery. And I would really love to know what are the reasons why. So I want to start it off with here.
Okay. I think my favorite livery. I'm not trying to be biased here, but I think my favorite livery is Mercedes. Because
All
it's a
right.
good touch of their previous cars. Also, I like the tone where it goes from black to like a silver arrow. I think they're bringing that back. Obviously, it's
Mm-hmm.
Lewis's last season with Mercedes, and they really went out for with the design structure as well. There's also a few things that I noticed. The difference in livery was the brands. I think the brands are more prominent. It's not hidden. It's all shown properly. I think that's a good start with Mercedes livery. I'm very confident with this year. I wasn't. I was happy with last season as well, but I think with this season's livery, I'm very excited to see what Mercedes would come up with. They sound very humble down. They know they're not the fastest on the grid. Hope hopefully they are, but let's see. And my least favorite would be Haas. I think Haas has really it's a good livery. I'm pretty sure they work pretty hard in what they're supposed to do, but obviously they have a very tight budget, and there's only much they could do with the livery and the sponsorship. Yeah, but can I also talk about? I also was. I mean, just to let you guys know, I think Steak. I think they have a really really good livery. I know it's a very niche. It's a very niche, favorable thing going on with them. But really think coming out of the red and going with like a gray and green, it's gonna giving me like Ben 10 vibes. So I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. All right. Vishruti, go ahead.
Okay. So again, I really liked the Mercedes one the most. And I mean, because clearly Silver's back. And I feel like Silver was like a good luck thing for them. So I feel like something's there where they feel like, okay, this is Lewis's last year. Let's push it to the limit and let's actually give something that everybody wants, Lewis in a silver Arrow Mercedes. So I feel like it's gonna be a good year for Mercedes, and I'm very happy with the Mercedes livery. Like, I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's a car, you know? My least favorite, I don't know. Like, the McLaren looked the same. I don't have an opinion on the McLaren. It looked almost the same. Yeah, except for the lack of blue, it looked almost the same, and like the addition of the chrome to the numbers. That was the only changes as for the livery. There were not many changes there, so I really have no opinion for that. But I feel like the Aston Martin just changed color. That was all they had. So that might be my least favorite.
I have a very good reason why to McLaren didn't change their livery color, and I feel that I think they were on a very good lucky streak, and I don't think they want to play around with that lucky streak color.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a very superstitious person, so like these kind of things really matter to me. And obviously, McLaren did not have a very good season in the beginning, but
Hmm.
as they went through the season last year, they were quite progressive. They were very, very aggressive, progressive, any aggressive. They were very, very strong. They dominate a few races as well. I think even their pit stops have been very, very accurate, very quick on their hands, on the legs. Yeah, so I think McLaren also. When you see an orange, you're like, "Yep, that's a McLaren." It's you just see it and like, "Yep, that's a
Yeah.
McLaren there.
Can't
That's the
see it
piece
in
of
any
shit
other color,
car."
honestly.
Yeah,
Did you just say piece of shit car?
no, no, you're just hearing things in your head, Rishitri. It's basically what it
No,
is. You know
no.
McLaren's bad. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
Losing is fine.
sure. Sure, says the guy who supports Mercedes.
Hey! What's wrong with Mercedes?
I,
What's what's wrong
What?
with Mercedes?
McLaren dominated the second half. You
McLaren
Wait,
cannot
I'm so
deny
sorry.
that.
McLaren
One
dominated with the
sec.
second half, not with the Honda engine. They were dominating with the Mercedes engine, a Mercedes engine.
But who was the main engine and where were Mercedes and where were McLaren?
Wait, 1 second. Hold the horses. Hold the horses. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Rishiti, you
Yes.
live right like 2 hours away from me, right? Like you're literally in the next city. I can just come and whip her ass.
Come over.
Whoa.
I'm complaining.
Yeah, I'm not good. You do you, man. Go to Nathan. Anyway,
Well, okay, so it's again. You say, oh, they were dominating and stuff. Where did they end in the constructors? Where did Mercedes end in the constructors? And let me ask,
Let's just
and let me ask the even more important thing: how much wins or how many podiums did the McLarens have over Mercedes?
mm,
don't,
very
you
good
know
question.
what? Let's
Very,
focus
very
on the
good
new
question.
season. We're talking about 2024.
Don't
No, no, no. Very good question.
you pulled this. You basically just gave me the stick to beat you. So
I love you, Arjun.
you've you've earned this thing now.
I have to run my team.
Oh yeah, all of us. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna go with my favorites now.
Uh-huh.
Again, Mercedes, of course, was, I believe, like amongst all of us, like all of us loved. In fact, it's not just all of us; almost everyone liked that livery because you had this particular year. You have, again, as how Mihir said, like you've got the combination of the blacks with the silver and the Petronas green going in. So you have the original identity of the silver arrows, but at the same time, the black livery was mainly introduced for Black Lives Matter, right? So
Mhm.
following that principle as well. So on the rear end, it is still gone black, but then you've got the silver, the green, then you got the red on the head as well as on the DRS flap. So altogether, that was really good. And the other, like I like two liveries. The second livery which I liked was Ferrari. Again,
Yeah.
this time, like yeah, most of you will be like, okay, there may not be like big changes, but again, subtle changes have been brought in, especially with the introduction of the yellow stripes coming in. So that one was like a new, different aspect to it. And again, the styling of the numbers and kind of stuff, like all together, you could see like, okay, the car, even though it's that scarlet red is still there were like minute changes here and there which are very noticeable.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah. Uh, It looked like Lightning McQueen's car, but in a F1 format.
well,
I wouldn't say that.
let me
I'm so sorry, but it looks.
go on.
I just want to say that
Like
it looks like a McDonald's uniform delivery service.
This guy, Ferrari, McDonald's. All right.
why? Just why?
Because I can.
No question.
Okay, good for you,
Of
Papa as well.
course.
See, I'll
I'm
tell you
back.
this, Vishruti. If you want to earn his respect, better talk good stuff, or else it'll go from Vishruti to
But
Papaya Girl.
no,
I'm
just
fine
change
with Papaya
teams.
Girl.
Just change
No,
teams.
thank you.
But
No,
Okay.
thank you. I'm
but
good.
yeah, the worst livery which I didn't like. I'm gonna like me here is gonna be a bit disappointed with me on this. Steak F1. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I know. No, I said I like it. I did say that I
No, no,
actually like
I
the
don't
livery.
like it. I don't like it.
No, he said
I
he
don't like it.
Oh,
hates
you don't
it.
like it? Okay.
I
Why
don't
not?
like it because I feel like it's basically like the dude just didn't find any other color, took the highlighter, scribbled around, and then there you go, a car.
But just imagine how would it be in Vegas? It's a neon green in the night.
And
Just
and
imagine night
and literally,
races.
let me ask you this: behind the DRS flap, it's hashtag unleashed. When that DRS flap opens, everything is unleashed. The car is unleashed. Do you realize that?
I know, but okay.
Like that
No comments.
like imagine if suppose say that flap say one of the flaps stopped. Like I remember like I don't know which year, but there was once where an AlphaTauri actually had like only half the DRS flap working. Imagine if
Did,
if the same case happens for this, then it'll only be like east will be left and the un will be lifted. Or imagine,
I'm actually, I want to know how that works. I want to see it happen.
but honestly, like yeah, steak. I again, the name itself has brought so much controversy now that they're
Mm.
actually in investigation in Switzerland
Wow.
because steak is not regulated in Switzerland and Sauber is a Swiss company. So it's it's like
At this,
it's got like dual identity now. It's like places where steak is registered, it's steak F1, otherwise it's kick Sauber F1. Like what crap is
Hmm.
this? Like VCAB is understandable, but what is at least that's just one name. This is like you're switching names as you change cities.
Honestly, true.
Like I don't understand.
No.
But again, one of like definitely a point to mention is our very nice V carb or Visa Cash App RB.
mm,
A retro
Hmm.
livery was bought back, which is really good. Like
Yeah.
really amazing on that entire. Yeah, you get that complete Toro Rosso thing, but at the same time, with their new partners, say Visa and stuff. So it's like again, their colors are also introduced, is kind of brought into that entire thing. But the only thing which I am a bit disputed against is the Cash App logo. Every
Why is it green in different places and white in
I know,
different
right?
places?
Like if you take like a closer look to all listeners out there, you take a closer look to the Visa Cash RB livery, it's not consistent. Like the Cash App logo is not
Yeah.
consistent. Some parts it's you've got it blends in, and some parts that neon green just pops.
And different parts of the front wing, if you look at it, the front is like, white, if I'm not wrong, and the side of the front wing is like green, the logo. It's in the same thing. Why would you want to change the
No,
colors?
and another thing I don't understand is Hugo. Again, it's because you've got Hugo Boss now being one of the sponsors. Out of all colors, why white and red? I
oh,
thought
that's
Because
Hugo's
I
color.
Hugo's
thought
red.
okay. Oh,
That's
that's
Hugo's
Hugo's
color.
color. Okay, my bad. I didn't know that.
That's
Sorry, my
Hugo's
bad.
color.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought like
Also, just for people who just want to understand this, Hugo Boss is now divided into two. So it's not Hugo Boss, it's Hugo, and then there's Boss. Boss is the premium sector of Hugo Boss, and Hugo is like the
affordable.
its sister company basically. Yeah, yeah, it's, affordable luxury. It's like Giorgio Armani and then Armani Exchange.
All right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was basically Red Bull launching its car, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
realizing like I'm getting to know right now Visa, the payments network Visa is actually even sponsoring the Red Bull team as well. So
Really?
I went into the Visa Instagram page, and I'm seeing the post of RB20, which actually took me to a shock. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, how same sponsor two teams?
Oh,
Again, remember we were
I mean,
no.
sister
Again,
team.
remember I was telling about when Zach Brown was actually bringing the statement up, where like how two same owners can just own two teams. Like so the same owner can just own two teams. This is basically like the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. You're having like two sponsors, like one sponsor, sponsoring two teams. Like it sounds so weird to me. Again, I don't know.
I mean, but isn't it the same? Like, um, what I noticed was Aston Martin actually have boss in their suit, and so does Visa Cash App
But again,
RB.
it's that's
Never
that's
gonna get over
that's
that
that's
name.
Hugo.
Yeah, but both of them have the same thing, so probably this, and they're not even like the
Again,
same
see, because
company. But RB and Red Bull are at least like linked in some way.
probably,
You get what I yeah.
probably.
So they're linked in some yeah.
But again,
So
okay, okay. Let's come back to liveries itself. But other than those, let's focus more onto the midfield teams. Within the midfield teams, who do you think has done the best? Vishruti, let's go with you. Like, cancel out all the RB, Ferrari, Mercedes, everyone else other than that.
McLaren have maintained theirs, which I like. Mir sounds disappointed. But I feel like Williams have done a good job.
All right.
Williams have done a good job in introducing not just the livery for the car as well as their suits as well as the helmets. So I feel like they're good. I like them a lot. I like the Williams livery a lot. I feel like it could give some confidence and do some work.
All right. Mr.
I don't know. It's
The man from Exeter, what do you think? Do you think Williams have got a good livery, or you've got any other team that is in the midfield that is done a even more better job?
Alpine has done quite a significant job. Um, Obviously, they a lot of people do not like the exposed carbon fiber on the livery, but I personally think it's a very good touch having exposed carbon fiber. Also, their pink livery is also, I feel that it's a very good looking livery as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think Alpine has done an outstanding job with the design. I love, like I said before, exposed carbon fiber. I think it gives a very sportier look. You also save weight because let's be honest, you paint jobs do add on a bit of weight to the car, and when you have less paint on a car, it's lighter on weight, so it could go quick. But yeah, I think if you tell me mid-range in the mid-grid who has the best livery, it would be Alpine. Not many changes, but it's better than RB because RB looks exactly the same.
RB, I don't. It's it's like as how you said, this lucky charm kind of a thing. So RB is just
mm-hmm.
still
Mm-hmm.
maintained.
Yeah.
Again, I believe probably from 2020, like since the regulations changed onwards, that car just looks the same every year. Because at least
Yeah, I
every year
think
Yeah.
the
you
last time I saw, I'm sorry, Arjun, to cut you
uh,
off, but I think the last time I saw purple Red Bull was when it was sponsored by Infinity, and then after that, it just drastically went to purple to dark purple, and then it just went to navy blue, and it continued its Red Bull branding. But yeah, you were saying, sorry.
no. So that only I was saying like the it has been ages since you actually saw like a proper Red Bull car actually getting a different look. Again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that they have not done a job with going into getting special liveries on them, because of course, Las Vegas last year they did a good, I'll say, a decent job. Because with special liveries, of course,
Mm-hmm.
I feel the benchmark is Williams with the Gulf,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because that is like, again, I feel like Gulf brings some of the best liveries out there, especially when they were doing earlier with McLaren and now with Williams. That's like those are iconic liveries. But Red Bull has done a decent job. But I feel like, like, I don't know if you remember the white Red Bulls with like I don't remember which race was this, but I think it's in 2010 or sorry, 2020 or 2019. I think for the Turkish Grand Prix probably, where it was like a white Red Bull. I want to see those kind of liveries again, personally speaking.
Turkish Grand Prix.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Turkish Grand Prix 2020,
2021. 2021
2021. All
Turkish
right,
Grand Prix.
2021. So I would want to see those kind of liveries again, or at least
Mm-hmm.
like again those kind of liveries could be even used say in Japan, because Honda with the Japanese
Yeah.
writing on it and stuff.
That sounds nice. That sounds really nice, actually.
They better take my idea,
But trademark it.
trademarking it. Other than like okay, in terms of launches, okay, I don't know whether you all have watched every launch,
I
but
have.
Almost.
you have watched every launch. Okay, in every launch, which launch do you think did full justice?
Okay, so if I let's just say I talk about the Red Bull launch. Red Bull launches are not specifically to Red Bull Formula One. It's also based on other brandings. Um, McLaren was pretty okay as well. I think McLaren was out of 10. I'll give it like a 6. I was expecting a better launch. Alpine was, I think, one of the worst launches. It was like a school annual day with like people are sitting on the front row.
Oh, totally agreed.
Um,
Totally
also,
agreed.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it was really it was pathetic. And then they had another car launch, which is fine, I guess. Their Le Mans car that was very extensive, very good. I think the LED lights was not needed, but Alpine is Alpine. I can't do anything about it. It's French.
Oh no, there was that. No, go on, go on, go on. Did he just get stuck?
I think so.
Oh, he totally got stuck.
His his Wi-Fi is iffy.
Unfortunately, Mihir had a situation with his internet and power that me and Vishruti just boasted so much that how much internet and Wi-Fi we had. But anyways, we continue.
Yes, we do.
I didn't watch all the launches, but of course I agree with Mihir in terms of William, not William, sorry, Alpine.
Mm-hmm.
That actually looked like they just, it actually felt like some random Indian team, just like Indian teams could do even better in terms of launching.
I want to go back and actually see how Sahara Force India did theirs.
Again, I don't know whether we can get it or not, but to be very honest, I feel Alpine's, like, again, there
Too
was
much
that
French.
drama. They launched their like, again, they launched their endurance cup car, Formula One car, this one all together. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, that's the same even with Aston Martin, because Aston Martin launched one of their road cars, their Formula One car, and their endurance cup car together.
Wait. They launched a road car at the same time they launched a Formula One car?
Yeah, wait, let me get the details. So yeah, Aston Martin revealed their Vantage. Vantage is basically the car which is a very quick car. And then they even launched their Vantage GT3. The GT3 is the motorsport version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the Formula One car, the AMR 24.
Damn. The fact that they actually launched a road car at the same time as they launched a Formula One car. Nothing can beat that, Arjun. Alpine is one step forward.
No, because I'll tell you this, because Aston Martin, again, the Vantage is the base, basically the road car. Vantage
Mm-hmm.
GT3 is the one which is going to go for 24 hours of Le Mans,
Mm-hmm.
and AMR 24 is the car which we all are going to see on track. So
Okay.
again, Alpine just did it with two. Aston Martin just did it with three. I don't know. Is it budget cuts? God knows what's the case. But at least, all the other teams just dedicated one resource for one car launch instead of doing this like a colorful thing.
Why do I
But
feel like
again,
McLaren would have been the cheapest car launch? It was literally just like a papaya orange background and then just the car.
no, I feel like McLaren's the one thing was that McLaren first launched their livery, so excitement went down, to be very honest.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then after that, they show the car with all these different angles where people cannot actually visual analyze the car.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like altogether you were just like, you know what, why this guys even put a like a
Yeah.
livery date and stuff.
Yeah,
So
by the end of it,
pers-
I think, yeah,
personally I
sorry.
lost my interest,
Mm. I think
in
by the
all
end of it,
honesty.
all I want was just, sorry for cutting you off, but all I
What?
want is just a good car at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Pretty livery or not, I just want a good car that runs. I mean, Lando and Oscar, I was watching a few interviews yesterday, and Lando and Oscar seemed kind of confident with the car to a point where Lando was like, we could be a challenger for the Red Bull. That's a big thing. And he seemed kind of confident with the car after taking it out on the Silverstone track. day for yesterday. So let's see what happens. And even though there wasn't much of a launch for McLaren, I hope I mean, car lives up to the whole hype that Lando has
Yeah,
brought it up to
let's
be.
let's see how this, as the season progresses, how it goes. We got to see.
Yeah.
But again, keeping all these aside, something interesting happened today. So we are recording this on the 16th of Feb,
Hmm.
and today we're not talking about Formula One. You're going to just jump the ship a bit aside, go down to Formula One Academy. So Formula
Oh.
One Academy, as we all know, it is basically the Formula One equivalent, but for women.
Hmm.
Again, these cars may not be as powerful as the Formula One cars, but these cars can go at pretty high speeds.
Yeah.
They can basically race on tracks. Again, I don't know whether they can do it on a street track or not, but this coming year they are going to street tracks. So that's a different story. But the main important thing which happened today was the famous makeup brand Charlotte Tilbury has now got a Formula One Academy team. Vishruti, as a woman,
Hmm.
seeing a brand like Charlotte Tilbury on Formula One Academy grid, what are your thoughts? Again, because you've got like 10 teams in now as the 11th team,
Hmm.
Charlotte Tilbury.
I am honestly, the second I got this news, I don't think I was more excited than I mean, I was really, really excited when I saw Charlotte Tilbury. Obviously, this
Mm,
is something huge because Charlotte Tilbury is one of the first female owned and female started makeup brands. And
mm,
to see Charlotte Tilbury sponsor, being the major sponsor for something as big as a Formula One Academy driver and a team, it's huge. I mean, of course, they're working with Rodin, but it's a big thing. I mean, I do remember seeing old posts of Bianca Bustamante using Charlotte Tilbury and her being a partner for Charlotte Tilbury. So I feel like that was like a subtle hint. But obviously, we know it's not Bianca that's representing Rodin and Charlotte Tilbury. In this case, it is Lovin Fossey. Sorry if I messed up the name, but I mean the car is it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. The livery looks
yeah, that's
gorgeous. Her
something.
helmet's beautiful.
That livery actually takes a hit on everyone, to be very honest, because it is, because all the F1 Academy liveries, if you see, it's like it's either plain colors with not a lot of sponsors. This has just got so much character to that.
This would stand out. You would know that that's a Charlotte Tilbury Rodin if you looked at it, because that's the only number one. That's the only one on the track. Let's be honest. But at the same time, I want that car to do well because of how beautiful it is. This sounds very girly, but I want that car to do well because of how it looks. But keeping the looks aside, the whole fact that Charlotte Tilbury is sponsoring Formula One Academy, F1 Academy, it's a big thing in the movement of equalizing women in sports. Last year, when Susie Wolf took up the chance and bought in F1 Academy for women, bringing in drivers like Marta Garcia, Chloe Chong, and Bianca, it was, and especially Hamdan Amna Alkobesi, it was a huge thing. To see women in sports, this is the first, every single time I introduce someone to sports, they used to ask me, I mean, me being a girl, they used to ask me, what do you feel about women not being part of the sport? And now, every single time someone has asked me from last year, I am so proud to say that there are women being represented, there are women in this sport. The inclusion of women in different sports have just been recently introduced, and they're doing so much more. And the fact that my favorite sport gets to do that right now, and women are being represented in a sport that I watch, is big. I read in the when I was reading the article for Charlotte Tilbury, I read that about 44% of women, 44% of the entire viewers are actually women for actual Formula One. So
Damn, that is actually like a big number. That means around 56% are men,
yeah,
44% are women. That is No, sorry, not 56. Sorry, my bad. Is it 56? No, you said 44, right?
Yeah,
Wait, let's
44.
calculate. Let's calculate. Let's calculate.
Math isn't mathing today for you.
Oh yeah,
Or
56.
me.
No,
56, you
no,
were right.
I was right. My bad. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. So the fact that the ratio isn't that big of a difference is huge, you know, and the fact that Charlotte Tilbury is coming on as a huge partner for F1 Academy, which is bringing more women to watch this sport. And
Mhm.
up till today, I thought that there was a very less number of women that watch the sport, but now when I think about it, there's so much more. And most of my friends that I've made here are actually girls that are into Formula One more than guys.
No, but let me ask you. Let me ask you the biggest question. Is it because of Charles Leclerc?
No, for me personally, no. You know, I love Charles Leclerc, but you know
You
how
love
I
Lando
got into it.
Norris.
I love Lando Norris, but that's Lando's not the reason I got into Formula One. You are number one. Number two,
Oh my God! Well.
trust me, you introduced me to the sport. I will forever be grateful to you, right?
Thank you.
But
Thank
I
you.
know I didn't support for Mercedes like you or Mihir do, but I have my this one. But at the same time, you know, a lot of these girls that like Formula One here honestly don't like Ferrari.
But they like Charles Leclerc.
No, they
What do you?
support
Okay,
teams. They support teams other than Ferrari and Charles Leclerc. They're actually die-hard, hardcore Mercedes fans. I kid
yay!
you not. They're Mercedes fans or Red Bull fans. Okay, the number of women that I've seen wearing like the Red Bull hoodies and stuff like that. I go up to them and ask them, "Do you actually know what the Red Bull Formula One team is?" I have asked them to their face. They're like, of course I do. I love Red Bull Formula One team. I love watching it. You know, so to see the fact that there's been a change and a lot of women are watching the sport now, I am very happy about that change, and the fact that women are actually
Wow.
participating as a whole in the sport of it all is a big thing. And the fact that now Charlotte Tilbury will be a major sponsor will definitely, I'm 99.5% sure that it will bring in more women to watch the sport and will probably equal it to 50-50%.
Let me ask you. You're saying 99.95. Where's the point five? Sorry, I'm
I
being
don't,
that typical. I'm being that
I'm,
typical Indian dad over there, where who's like, okay, beta, where's the point five percentage? What did you do
in
with it?
case, so because see, there's only so much you can bank on a word. Nothing can be 100% true, so that little
Wow,
0.05%.
wow. Look at her.
True lawyer, true lawyer words.
Look at her using the words, manipulating like anything. But of course, like good to know that Mercedes and and no McLaren, sorry, Mercedes and Red Bull people are in, like, women fans are there for them, not
Oh
for
yeah,
McLaren, not for
I mean,
McLaren.
yeah, I can't compete with that. I feel like I'm the only McLaren fan. I mean, apart from another friend of mine who also loves both. I mean, she loves Ferrari, but she also loves McLaren. Honestly, let's be honest, that's how we bonded. But yes, I'll admit there are a lot of Ferrari fans, but not for Charles Leclerc. Funnily enough, it's for Carlos.
That is also another thing which I came across, because it was not because I have here two friends. They had no idea about Formula One. They were like, "Ah, that dude wears red." I'm like, "Is it Charles Leclerc?" They're like, "Ah," and then I show
No.
them the picture. They're like, "Ah, not this. There's another one, right?" I'm like, "Carlos
Yeah.
Sainz, you mean?"
No,
And
because
I'm like, "No."
because the thing is,
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Wha- like what? How?
yeah,
Why?"
but like one of my closest friends here, okay, she got into Formula One after seeing like a reel of Charles Leclerc and like Carlos Sainz from Drive to Survive. So I was like, okay, I know you probably started watching it because you like Carlos Sainz, because you have a crush on Carlos Sainz. But honestly, tell me, do you like the sport now? And swear to God, she used to be ready. She woke up and she watched more races than I did. I skipped Japan altogether because of the time difference, but she actually got up and she watched these races. She used to text me. She's like, "Bitch, what is going on? What is happening?" She saw Lando's crash. She was like, "Why is this happening?" You know. So she started off this year. Last year, she started watching Formula One last year. It began with her liking Carlos and Charles. I mean, the whole thing, and Ferrari. She, of course, supports Ferrari, but her second is McLaren, which I will happily take. but at the same time, she's gotten into Formula One now. So you see a lot of women that are into the sport now, and I am very, very happy that it just keeps increasing. And even in class today, we're talking about diversity and inclusion. Um, so I really like that it's slowly increasing. You see, even the Star Sports, Sky Sports presenters, a lot of representation, like Naomi, Lizzie, a lot of them are there, and I really like that. That a lot of women. I mean, not just presenting, but I think Naomi also drove for some. I don't remember what, but I think she's a driver as well, or was an
I
ex
exactly
driver.
don't know. I don't know what exactly she actually did in terms of the driving part.
Naomi. He actually
For
used to
what? Yeah.
drive. So uh, to see them coming in and actually like driving and doing a good job, and a lot of women part of it, it just feels good. It feels like there's some sort of female representation in the entire thing. And adding Charlotte Tilbury to the entire mix, being a major sponsor, um, being a female owned and founded makeup company is a step in the right direction, which I feel like would just be I forgot the words. Would be no, you guys know what I mean.
All right, all right. I feel like we've spoken way too much about that,
I get really
and
passionate about
because
diversity.
yeah, I got so she like it went to a good point that I actually went to the Mercedes AMG AMG Petronas Formula One team page and actually were looking for the new 2024 kits.
Arjun, I've given up. I've
No,
given
it's
up on you
again,
guys.
it's not because see because I'm all in for diversity and stuff, but again, don't talk too much, please.
Done. You know me. There's a reason I'm a law student.
All anyways, on that terrible disappointment, thank you so much for once again for another episode of Formula Pod. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, in case in between, if you've ever heard me even slightly yawning, please apologize because it has been 12 o'clock over here and I really need to hit the bed. So until next time, once I believe we're gonna we're going in basically just 13 more days and we
I'm
are
still looking
down
forward.
to the actual action on track. We will see 29th of Feb the cars officially hitting the tracks. So on 29th of Feb, we will have free practice one, Bahrain Grand Prix. It is for me in Dubai. It's at 3:30 to 4:30. So I believe in the UK that should be around
11:30 to 12:30 a.m.
11:30 to 12:30 a.m. on Friday.
Oh, I don't have class. Bless.
Oh, sorry, not Friday.
No, it's a Thursday,
It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday race.
which is weird because I think the first two, even
No, no, no.
Saudi is on
Yeah,
Thursday, Friday,
because
Saturday, right?
so this is just done in order to respect the Ramadan calendar because Ramadan in the region kicks in starting from like the day right after Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Like
Mm-hmm.
if because Saudi Arabian Grand Prix finishes on Saturday, Sunday, the holy month of Ramadan starts in. So because of
Okay.
that one, there are certain things which has to be done which through this way it's just that it's accommodated of.
All
But at
right.
least
I was wondering.
it is good for
Yeah.
a change, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday instead of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it was like Vegas last year, I think went into Monday or something, if I'm not
It
wrong.
was on a Monday. It was on a Monday. Like
Yeah.
especially like it was like you see a dark race, but actually it is like bright sunny outside.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I believe you will have the same feeling when you're watching the Japanese Grand Prix, right? Because
Oh yeah.
outside will be
5
dark,
a.m.
but you're actually watching like a race in light.
5 a.m. Arjun. It was the worst last year. You know I slept through half of it.
I know I woke up. It was daylight for me, and it was at an atrocious time at seven
It's like
a.m. in the
9
morning.
a 9 a.m. Because mine
No,
was like 5 a.m., so I'm pretty sure yours was 9. You know what? Let's not discuss this. We can discuss this outside of the
let's let's
podcast.
not discuss. But yeah, on On that note, thank you so much for tuning on, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. Stay active, stay happy, and yeah, tune into Formula Pod. Support us as you guys always will through our socials, formula.pod on Instagram. Until next time, this is Vishruti and myself, and also my very nice
And
friend from Exeter who's
slightly
lost
absent
power.
Mihir.
No, no, no. Wait, let me rephrase. My nice friend from Exeter who lost his power and Wi-Fi due to rains, and the remaining people who have got so much good amount of power and Wi-Fi. Thank you so much. And like, yeah, I'm
Rubbing
not
it
being
in.
insensitive over here. It is we're just making a point. We're
Inside
just making a
jokes.
point. It's just an inside joke. Thank you so much, and yeah, see you guys for the release of Drive to Survive coming down in just a couple of days. Till
So
then,
excited.
bye.